Hello. I mean, I don't know how to start the episodes anymore, Tom. Last week I had to change it because we had a woman on the podcast, and this week I normally say hello, boys, but it's not boys anymore. It's just you.
Right,
Hello, Tom.
first of all, you had to change it because there was a woman on the show. Could you have not, said that in any more of an offensive way? It's like,
What do you mean offensive?
Well, it just sounded offensive, didn't it? Like, we had to, it's different because we had a woman on board last time. Not, we had a different guest on last time. It was like, it was a woman. I can't believe there was a woman on our podcast and we had to deal with that.
You're making it sound a lot worse. You're making it sound a lot worse than what I said. But
language matters, young man. Language matters.
You're right, it does.
And since it's just me and you now...
Hang on. Did you just assume my age?
Yeah,
young man, how dare you?
Well, what age do you kind of recognise yourself as?
Well, I don't know. It changes from day to day.
Depending on how you feel. It's like an RPE system. Today I feel like I'm in my 20s. Yeah. I mean, even when I was in my 20s, I was always in my 50s. If we're going off the RPE scale, I've ripped myself off at the age of 16, mate. I hit 16,
16.
And after that, I just kind of had that.
It's on the head.
Yeah, I just had that epiphany where I was like, it's all downhill from here. I'm fucked, and now I'm just trudging along.
Fuck's sake.
So yeah, this is going to be positive.
What a great start to the podcast. We're going to make it even more positive. I suppose we should address the elephant in the room for people who haven't listened to our last episode, or if they're just like, some people might be powering through the recovery series or just wanting to listen to this one in particular. If you listen to other ones, you might be aware we had Andy as a co-host. He is no longer on the podcast. He's decided to step away for his own reasons, which we fully support. He might be back on in the future, who knows? Time will tell. But at the moment, it's just going to be me and Tom powering on. However, in the next few weeks, we've got loads of guests lined up, so it won't be just me and Tom.
Yeah,
we've got plenty of friends along the way.
I mean, we wish Andy all the best. I mean, as Andy has said in the past on podcasts, sometimes our life workload increases, which means that sometimes we have to step away and concentrate on things like family and work, etc. And we wish him the best of luck, and there's always an open seat if he ever does decide to come back. But until then, it is just going to be me and Bill. It's going to be like the Magnificent Seven, except there's only two of us. It's going to be...
So nothing like the Magnificent
It's going to
Seven.
be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, except it's just Snow White and one dwarf. And I'm probably the dwarf because I'm vertically challenged. It's going to be the Dirty Dozen, but it's just going to be two of us.
Brilliant.
It is Too Fast, Too Furious. It is Tango and Cash, Starsky and Hutch, Ike and Tina. It's Tom and Bill. TB,
as you could tell,
like tuberculosis.
Excuse me. I think I'll stick to being Snow White, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'll be Stumpy. Was Stumpy one of the dwarfs? I don't even know.
I don't know. Probably
there
was.
Sneezy, Sleazy, Droopy, Fruity.
That definitely wasn't
Lippy.
one.
Lippy was one called Lippy.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but that would have been a good one.
What active recovery is supposed to be? It's supposed to be like a light, very, very light sort of movement. I mean, we normally refer it to things like a long walk or a very slow jog, maybe a light swim, get on a static bike or even a normal bike, and just taking it very easy. But the problem is people seem to, because sometimes your body will feel recovered. Like you might feel like, oh, okay, I actually feel quite good today. But actually, your body does need to rest to recover. But you feel good, so you decide instead of going for a light jog like you were going to, you then decide to do a 10k best effort, and that's where people start to slip with active recovery. That's probably why it's not as common as you think, is it? A lot of people don't tend to. We'll come into why, but we don't think people do it. But it's not. It's more people seem to whack out the foam rollers or get on the mat and start stretching off, or whack out all sorts of funky tools and stuff over going for a walk.
Well, they're too busy, mate, with their massage guns.
Oh, there you go. You got one, didn't you?
Yeah, but I've never really used one before, so I don't know how to do it. Like, you're doing it like, oh, fucking hell.
Oh, fuck.
Did you hear that? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that was that.
And I've got to turn off to do my bollocks in. Jesus Christ. All right, mate. I did that for a bit of a giggle, but that actually really fucking hurt. And it's just pummeled my head.
Oh, yeah, you're straight on your skull,
that was
mate.
Like a jack. Did you see the recoil? It bounced me halfway across the room. Jesus Christ.
Have you found using your massage gun? Has it been effective?
Knocking me out, yeah. But, do you know what? I am enjoying it. I am secretly enjoying it. I am a secret lemonade drinker. I am a secret, myofascial release man now. But no, I mean, just in the evening, like I've been kind of like, my hammies tend to get absolutely mullered after deadlifting. So I've just been kind of laying in bed, pleasuring myself with my vibration gun. Yeah.
Nice.
But
For our audio listeners, he's definitely still holding up the Theragun. He's not pulled
yeah,
out some
I definitely
sort of...
am. I mean, I could do the sound effects that make it even worse. I mean, that's the highest.
Gee, fucking hell, mate.
Pretty brutal, ain't it?
That sounds like...
Should we do it on the high power setting?
Mate, it sounds...
But I mean,
God, that sounded like some sort of alien spaceship.
But getting back onto topic, like, so what you kind of said there about how most people, Jesus Christ, that's really come up with a lump on my head, hasn't it? Fucking hell, I've absolutely battered myself on here.
Fucking hell. We're
And I've
7
nearly
minutes
knocked my
into
fucking
the episode,
self
just you and
out.
me, and you've already
I know,
given
you might
yourself
see like
concussion.
An actual live, a live faint in here. But I mean, no,
For me, my training week is... I'll do 5 days of training and I'll have 2 days off. And I normally have one of those as active recovery. So normally the way I work it is I'll come into the gym and I'll jump onto a static bike, so like a watt bike or something, and I'll just put a podcast on and I'll just sort of pedal. I'll basically pedal to very low intensity.
what
If I
podcast
ever
you
get to
listen
a point,
to?
well, what was that?
Yeah, would you better say
what do
our
I listen to?
podcast, you narcissist? You don't listen to...
No, I don't listen
I bet
to-
you have
no, I
a
don't listen to
compilation where it's just your
No.
voice.
Well,
You cut out everything else
Right.
except just your own
Just me.
voice. Yeah.
that's on the Patreon page.
ASMR Bill.
No, but no, I do actually listen to our own podcast because our content is that good. But no, not on my active recovery.
God,
days. I
these
normally
guys
listen
know
to,
a lot.
I normally listen to Stronger by Science is what I listen to, and a more comedic one I listen to is the Peter Crouch podcast. That's normally what I go to. So there's some good recommendations there if you're looking for a new one. But you better not be.
No.
You better not leave us for them to, or I'll be very upset. Based on the present results, there's a potential benefit to training the same exercise to recover from the exercise, but it's not overwhelming. So that's a key point there. It's not overwhelming, so don't get too excited just yet. Much of the recovery literature shows modalities don't confer a huge recovery benefit, or there are feasibility limitations that limit their applications. This is actually quite important for all of the recovery we spoke about. So foam rolling, for example, does have some benefit, but it does seem to be quite small. Massage, while if it's performed right after training, we discussed it can have a really good benefit to alleviating soreness if done right after training. However, it can be very expensive to continually get massages, so that's straight away a barrier to most people getting that. Compression garments we spoke about are also beneficial for soreness and may provide also a potential performance benefit, but can be cumbersome for some to wear for long periods of time. As you said, if you want to wear it overnight, it's not comfortable. If it's a hot day, do you really want to wear compression garments if it's 40 degrees outside? And exactly.
Get disco bollocks, no. Ooh.
Absolutely. And then we've also got, due to the practical limitations of massage and compression garments, foam rolling, low intensity walking, and light training could be attractive. So basically what they're saying there is that given those limitations I mentioned there with the previous three, that doing this low intensity training and the active recovery could actually be more beneficial for you. There's not much barriers to them at all. So basically, according to this study, of the methods we spoke about, light training could be beneficial for recovery in the upper body. Obviously, we could say lower body as well, but this study only looks at upper body, so we can't assume
Might be different.
that it's going to work. It might be different, but so that kind of, I like that extract I just read because it kind of looks at all the recovery we spoke about, and it's basically highlighted that while the other ones are really good, there's clear limitations with those. Whereas with light walking or doing light weights the following day, because if you're already paying for a gym membership and if you've got the time to go into a gym again, why not just go in there? And you don't even need to go into a gym. If your bench press, for example, is really light and your 10% of that's really low, you could do it at home.
Yeah.
Couple of squash bottles or something. You know what I mean?
It's a lot more accessible, a couple of Argos dumbbells, etc. But I mean, obviously the key point is that it has to be very, very, very low weight. Squat you.
Oh, Stu McGill. Squat you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. We're
going to save that for the next podcast.
Yeah, next podcast, guys. Spoilers.
Special guest next week.
She knows.
I'm preparing myself. I'm already making myself look pretty. Look.
What have you got? Whoa, what have you got at the end of that?
It's a red pen. It's like lipstick. Look.
What actually is that, though? What have you actually got at the end of your man? Oh, actually, it's lipstick. What have you done?
No. It was a pen. A red pen. It's alright, it's not blood, it's a red pen.
Oh my god.
Carry on, Bill.
I mean,
it's just a really quick way to apply rouge.
All I'm going to say now is that if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, which will be linked down below, you're missing out on this because I don't even know what to describe what's going on now. Normally, Andy would be here to sort of laugh and take the strain off it. But now I've just got to stare at Tom awkwardly as he's covered in red pen after attacking himself with a vibrating whiteboard marker.
It's a quick way to apply rouge. as I said,
Rouge.
Bill.
Oh, very fancy.
It brings out the blush in my cheeks, you see.
Oh dear. I can't believe that's where we are now.
At first, I'm assuming you probably thought that was loads of blood appearing, and I was just self-harming on the camera.
Well, I thought it was lipstick.
No,
You said lipstick, so I was assuming it was like you.
No.
Oh,
It's
you
a-
Mrs. Lipstick.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It did say it's a dry wipe, but it's not coming off. Right. We're gonna have to do the podcast like this, aren't we? I've got fucking work tomorrow. Look at the state of me. I look like a clown. Oh, reject normism, ladies and gents. Embrace chat shit, get fit.
Absolutely, and I think we'll
Embrace TB, tuberculosis.
full circle that
Embrace
one then.
BT, British
British
Telecom. I think TB has a better ring to it.
It does have a better ring to it, although it is very
It
serious.
does.
But,
It is serious. If you... I don't even know how to begin apologising to anyone that might have TB, mate. Has it been eradicated yet? Has TB been eradicated? Alexa! Oh, fuck, my internet has not been reset properly, has it? So she's not linked on there. Right, Alan, 1 second. Has TB been eradicated? In the UK. Fuck everywhere else. Okay. Right, about 150 years ago. All right, fantastic. Good stuff. We end on a nice note.
Get in.
We did it, boys.
Did we just get through an entire episode about offending too many people? I think we only offended about 2 or 3.
What are we going to offend? Badgers? It don't matter. TB is gone now.
No, but we offended the Christians at the start, didn't we? Unfortunately. Well, you did, not me. You did, in a way.
Well, you egged me on.
I didn't egg you. I didn't say anything.
Well, listen, I'm a Roman Catholic anyway, so, whatever, I'm going to hell, so...
Oh, that explains a lot.
It does.
Oh,
God, I've got a headache. Fuck.
Right. It's been a pleasure as always, Tom, and I'll speak to you and our special guest next week. So if you're not subscribed to the podcast already, make sure you do, because you do not want to miss out on the next few episodes. We've got some really exciting guests on, and we're going to keep powering on. We've lost a host, but we are going to keep powering and doing a lot of amazing things on this podcast
Until my contract's up. See you all next time.